Man of interest, and I'm live. Time for keyboard chores. It is Saturday. It is Saturday, my dudes. Got some keyboard chores to do. Question is, which ones do I want to do? Hey, Recupero, how are you doing today? Hope you're doing awesome. Hello, Once Saved Gaming. How's everyone doing today? Let me know if the music's too loud, by the way. I think it should be okay where it is. If it's loud, let me know. Let me know it's good. How's everyone's Saturday? I need to decide what I want to do today. I have quite a few keyboard chores that I need to decide between what to do. So, whoever option I decide, I hopefully will still end up with a full keyboard in a few hours. Thanks, Gio. You too, buddy. You too. Okay. Well, I got a few choices. I do have mail I'll show off. Even though I'll show off again on Thursday. For mail call. I did get some things in today. I got some Mod M switches and some Cherry MX clears in today. That was cool. I don't know why they staple a Ziploc bag, but that's mk.com for you, and it's gonna freaking destroy my Ziploc bag unless I undo this properly. There we go. Hello, Furby. Welcome, welcome. Bad. Got your box world today, and you are so happy. That's great to hear. I'm still waiting on my review samples. Hopefully they'll be coming in pretty soon. I think they'll be coming in sometime next week. And when they do come in, I will be able to work on a review for everyone. And which episode, and do a whole build with it. That will be fun. So I got these two switches in the mail. With these clears, I'm going to end up making ergo clears with them. So that's going to be exciting. I also got something cool in the mail. Hey, meow, meow, meow. I just started 3 minutes ago, so perfect timing. I also got JTK Toxin. This is the JTK trays that they come in. It's pretty interesting. Hey, Anchorbait. I'm just going over the mail right now. These trays open like this with these tabs, and they left open. And JTK Toxit looks a little bit like this. I like these cases more than the GMK ones, but I'm pretty sure I'll still like Ziploc bags more than these. But at least these are they fit on top of each other. So that's cool. So if you get a ton of them, you actually buy a ton of these on Taobao or AliExpress. You can just so that's cool. I got all these on mk.com because, you know, free shipping, and I was getting these switches anyways. So yeah, it looks pretty nice actually. I haven't had this revision of JTK keycaps with this revision of the Legends yet, but the Legends not too bad. I see some areas that can be improved on, but you know, overall not too bad. Not too bad, if you ask me. There's some keys that are really like kind of questionable. Hey, Lunar Sama. Like, okay, let me see if I can focus on this shift here. That T at the end and that F at the end look a bit off. Yeah, there's a few keys like that where it looks slightly off for a few things. Yeah, the colors are kind of hard because of this weird, super neon case. When I put it on a board, you guys will be able to see the colors a bit better. For some reason, it comes with JTK's own Co-Star stabilizer inserts as well. They're probably going, no, okay. So I'll probably put this on a board just to see how it looks later. But since you're trickling in, I want to give you guys some options, you know, because I have options on what I could do today. Okay, so option 1, I rebuild for the dozenth time my GON MX Mini, and I throw the JTK Toxic on, because, you know, green with green, like, hopefully that'll be a final set I need, and I can't believe this still works, to be honest. Another option, if I don't do this, is I desolder all the sample box royals, and if you don't know, the sample box royals have the wrong spring, and that's why I didn't do my review. But I was planning, and since I have the wrong spring anyways, I was going to take all these stems out and stem swap them with Hako switches, so there would be Royal Hakos, and then I could spring swap as well with some box springs, different box springs, to make a kind of weird, interesting hybrid switch. That's another option. I also have a carbon fiber plate that I can build up with these Mod M tactiles. So I got some options today. Yeah, I got some options today. Or you guys can just watch me make ergo clears, and these probably won't go in anything. Maybe not. Maybe not. So I got a few options. You know, option 1, GON MX Mini. Option 2, Fiel, desoldering and rebuilding switches. And option 3 is Mod M's in the carbon fiber Plateroni. So while you guys deliberate upon yourself, you know, if you choose option 1, 2, or 3, let me know why you want to see that option, because I'm always curious as well why you want to see any of the options. I'm gonna while you guys let me know in chat, I'm gonna post this on Reddit as well real quick. I am doing a build stream, submit new text posts. Let me switch to top Clack account. Oops. So it looks like option 2 is the most popular. So I guess we do that. Come hang out while I desolder a keyboard, mod some switches, and put everything back together. Twitch.com/topclack. Copy and pastes. And bam, submitted on RMK. Hi friends, if you guys want to give me these upvotes, that'd be awesome. Or don't. That's awesome as well. How many times have I desoldered this GON? A dozen times, roughly a dozen times. I don't know the exact number, but roughly a dozen times. So I'm doing this. Let's take all the keycaps off. Nope, don't focus on that. Focus on that board. Bam. What was the board I was just typing on? This board up here is the COD 67. It's the COD 67 that was on Z Frontier a little back ago. It was limited to 75 units. This is actually a pre-production sample, which is the equivalent quality of a B-stock case, a B-stock one. But Brian and I both received one as a review units. We have a review up on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/c/topclack, where we did a dual review. Actually, I like the keyboard quite a bit, despite some of the sacrifices that had to be made. No, I like the keyboard though, overall. It's not a perfect keyboard, but I do definitely enjoy switching between it, hence it's on my desk. A lot of the times, a lot of people think when I have a keyboard review and once I'm done, I kind of just toss it to the side. Nah, if I like the keyboard, I'll go back to it. Joyed Eggs, when did the stream start? The stream started 11 minutes ago. So you are not missing out on anything really. Right now I'm taking off GMK Cyan off the Fiel. These are the box Royal samples. I'm going to be desoldering these. I'm going to be using the housings but putting different stems in, putting the Hako, some Hako stems in. And I might be spring swapping as well. What up, Kino? Welcome, welcome. Glad to see you joining us again. Hope everyone is having a wonderful Saturday. Blank SA, that is a thing, I think. Someone was mentioning that was an Interstack earlier. Blank SA, yes or no? I'm gonna go with a no, dog. No. At least for me, I'm gonna go with a no. I don't like the profile too much, and I typically like legends more than blanks. Usually. There's some cases where I think blanks look perfect, but in most cases, I prefer legends. One Save Gaming, you've heard heavier springs like Trues work great to counter the crazy bump on the upstroke. Interesting. I'll keep that in mind. Meow meow meow, like a really low price. If it's like a low price, not just like a low price, maybe. If you haven't tried SA and you want to try it and it's low enough for you to just grab it to try out at any rate, yeah, go for it then. I don't think that's not a bad idea. If you already know what you're looking for and you know you just might want to get it for the sake of it, that kind of will come down to just you on what you want and don't want. There's my electric screwdriver. Do I need to charge this? No, not yet. If it's a low enough price, I say just try it out, because most people don't really get a chance to try out SA, because a lot of SA sets are kind of pricey, to be honest. Ooh, the Fiel guys, look at this. The screwdriver kit, this is the iFixit screwdriver kit, and the screwdriver I'm using myself is the ES120, which is an electric screwdriver. There are better alternatives in the iFixit kit though that are probably more cost efficient, but I do like the iFixit kit. Yeah, the purple and these royals match really well. So I'm gonna desolder all this. So let's move these things out of the way for now. Turn on my desoldering station, which you guys haven't seen. It's right there. This is the desoldering station. Sorry if that discombobulated you guys a little bit. Do I need to clean this? I already cleaned it last time, so I'm good to go. Fiel best 60%? Dad, if at any rate best tray mount 60%, I can say yes for sure. That is undisputedly for me the best tray 60%. Hey, tequila shots. Interesting spelling of tequila. TX60 baby. TX60 is pretty good. Not gonna lie, I might rebuild mine in the future. Not the biggest fan of MX Xylence, but you know, maybe I'll do a review of it with the MX Xylence and then rebuild it. TBD. T-but-duh. Hey tequila shots, thank you so much for subscribing with Twitch Prime. Every little bit helps, and thank you so much for that. Hope you continue to enjoy top Clack stuff. $35 people here on a Saturday afternoon. How awesome. Hey Iridius, what up? Good to see you in chat as well. Reku, your sub never showed up. I'm sorry to hear that, but thank you for your sub, Reku. That is awesome. I mean, everyone who subs, donates bits, always helps Top Clack out a lot, and we really appreciate that. Now this is nice and warmed up, so let's get started. Yeah. Clean. Hako stems and royal housing equals ridiculous upstroke bump. By the way, interesting. I'll keep that in mind. Irene, yes. Which of the 3 tips do you use on the ZD915? I use actually the default one that came attached on, the medium size. I think it is. Let me get my cleaner thingy. Where is my long and pokey Stabberino tool? Here it is. So, a question to everyone in chat hanging out. What keyboard projects do you guys have coming up? I am always curious to hear what people have coming up, see what the community's working on, see what the community's building. Come on, hand. Steady yourself. Lunar Sama Blue TX60 HHKB. Awesome. What switches are going in those? In Recupero, Tokyo 60, waiting for keycaps for your Contra. Very nice. So, Blotzy, you have a canoe arriving Tuesday. That's awesome. Oh my god, you guys have so many projects. This is awesome. Okay. Radical Randy, Royal Housing, maybe Hako Clear Stem springs in something. Sir Corbin Dallas, you got a Let's Split. Alps White build. Ooh, an Alps Let's Split. That's awesome to hear. Badaz, man. Finish him cleaning your new Model F XT. Very nice. You missed the extra macro keys on the M122. You know what? Switching to capacitive buckling springs is way better than their traditional membrane buckling springs on Model M's. Capacitive is just so much better in feel. It's well worth. Droid Eggs, you made an MX Xylent kit. It's mushy, but wow, is it quiet. Way more quiet than a lubed Type S. Yeah, that's definitely true for sure. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that bottom out feel, but I won't deny that it is quiet. Allo World, Mech 27 V1 acrylic plate and Holy Pandas on Monday. Ooh, that's going to be a fun build, especially with those Holy Pandas. Meow, 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 meow. M60. That's going to be quite the weight, but that should be awesome. Irene, you're waiting for the Zephyr. What color did you get of the Zephyr? Because in my opinion, that blue was the best color for the Zephyr. Tequila Shots, you're still learning, switching to an Pro from Gateron Browns to Alias Silent 80 grams. Very nice. We all start somewhere, which is always good. Overkill, you got some keyboards. Ha ha ha. Ha ha. Good for you, buddy. Hope you're having a good Saturday with the fam. Iridius, you got some screw and stabs for your Duck LSV3 67 gram Xylents. We're going to try to build it soon. Are you going to lube your Xylents, or are you going to keep them stockerino? And if so, what lube are you going to use? I would highly recommend lubing those. Lunar Sama, your TX, your lubed GAT yellows. That's a very solid choice. Very solid choice. Thick lube or thin lube? Because in my opinion, they make a pretty big difference for feels. Hangman 0420. How does Fiel to older Ducky FMJ tray mount 60s? You prefer Fiel, correct? Yeah, I prefer Fiel over the old Duck ones and the FMJ. It's more solid. It's straight up just more solid. Has more mass behind it, more weight, and therefore more solid connected feeling. And in my opinion, it looks pretty dang sexy, that Fiel. Hey, what up? NGBO 9229. Irene, you got the black and gold for the Zephyr. I mean, that's solid too. Black and gold is kind of like that's definitely a big Zeal favorite, because all the PCBs he has in the Chinese, it says black and gold on it. I think the blue is the best for the Zephyr still. Overkill, you said your kid's going rampant. Your wife's gone. Kid's going rampant. Well, at least you have Top Clack on, so that's something. Lunar Sama, you like the thick lube for linears. Interesting. Like a lot of people know, I just love thin lube so much. Baby Feets, what up, what up? Happy to see you join us today. Rita's definitely going to lube. Thin layer of 204. Solid. Have I seen a Clipe versus Revo tray? I know the finish is a different type. Brian has a Clipe. He put it up on YouTube typing. I have the Revo 1 though, the tray mount. I actually like the Revo quite a bit because it feels pretty solid. The finish is definitely different. It's like a coated, painted enamel kind of finish. Definitely unique. Definitely pretty cool. I can bring it out later to show you guys. And Jibo, your kid is sleeping. Good call. Ooh, you got a Titan XP. Man, you can be a rendering beast with that. Absolute rendering beasts. Droid eggs. How do I know which stem to use on a particular housing? It depends what you want. That's kind of the key thing. So today, I am going to be using a Hako stem on a royal housing, and here's the reason why. Okay, so the royal housings, the leaves are a bit thicker, and that creates the high tactility that a lot of the not high tactility, but the large tactile event on the royals that a lot of people like. You know, for a lot of people, it's too extreme. So I'm going to see how it interacts with the Hako stems, which are very unique. And either I'm going to use the Hako True or Clear Spring, or I'm going to be using the I have some 55-gram springs. You know, you may love them or hate them, from Sprit, because Sprit has box springs, and for some reason he sent them to me because he actually said he likes Top Clack, surprisingly. So I also have those as well to try out. Geo, yeah, dude. WoW is when I was playing WoW this morning, I was just listening to like podcasts or like random infographic shows on YouTube while I was grinding away. It was great. Yeah, you know, Njibo, that's a great statement. You know, happy preemptive Mother's Day to the mothers out there, whether they're watching or whether they are helping support someone here who is watching. You know. Doesn't Mother's Day only exist to sell flowers and gardening equipment? Well, when it first started, yes, but, you know, it never hurts to take some time to appreciate the mothers of the world, because sometimes, you know, they work hard. They can often work really hard. So about halfway done through this now. A little more than halfway. Wow, Gio, your cat does not like egg salad. Interesting. Is it the egg part or the mayonnaise part? Hey Zoology, no Brian today? He said he had like 12 hours of keyboard chores to do. Well, he wasn't on when I started, and Brian usually doesn't wake up until like right about now. So I mean, if he gets on, I can definitely ring him up. He can join me. But as far as I know, he is not online. So for now, it's just me. Brian might have keyboard chores later tonight, which will be even more content for everyone out there. Know what I'm saying? Ah! You guys see that giant bubble of solder that just like just goobed out of my nozzle? So yeah, make sure you keep this clean, guys. Hey, MJM0662, thank you so much for subscribing with Twitch Prime. Every little bit helps, and that is awesome. Thank you so much for the support. So for anyone else who wants to make Hako Royals or Royal Hakos like I will be doing today, just remember the stems are the same. What separates them, and it's a pretty significant separation between them, is the springs. So when you make your Hako Royals, using a different kind of spring will actually have a pretty big result, whether it's going to be a Royal Hako True or Royal Hako Clear. So keep that in mind. Yeah, all over world. Actually, for the Hakos, both the stems are the same. For the Hakos, the stems are not the springs are different. Yeah, and morning coffee. I definitely gotta clean out my tubes every now and then. Engicoder. What's the most number of switches I've desoldered in one sitting? I don't know, maybe like 2 or 3 boards worth. I mean, I can definitely desolder a lot of switches in one setting, but the thing that limits me is how often I need to clean out this tube. Oh, yeah, between Royals and Hakos definitely do have different stems. You're right about that, Aldo. You're right about that. He found out 100 switches. It needs to be cleaned. Meow, meow, meow. Maybe it will be another Holy Panda. From other people I've heard who've built it, they say it's not as good as a Holy Panda still. Which, that's still okay with me. Because, you know what? If anything, it'd still be more obtainable than a Holy Panda. I want to see... You know, I don't even think it'd be a fair comparison to be a Holy Panda. Just because of how everything will be interacting with the Switch. But I'm curious to find out. Because the Holy Pandas are very unique on how kind of everything fits together and works together, and that's why it has such a great feel in my opinion. And it's kind of almost impossible to replicate. It's like a happy miracle all those things worked. So we'll see. What springs are you going to try for these? I'm either going to try the True Springs, or I have some Sprit 55-gram box springs that Sprit just sent me. I'm hoping our good friend Mike of Novelkeys will be stocking some switches, springs soon for box switches. That'd be awesome, because I think that's something that a lot of people will want. $150-gram box switches, oof, not for me. Not for me. Almost done, everyone. Sprit selling box springs direct. Wouldn't Mike end up sourcing them from him anyways? Mike says he's actually working with his own factory, with a different factory, for box springs, not Sprit. As far as I know. So that would be a different thing. Radical Randy, you're saying Hako stem and Royal Housings beats Royal Stock in your opinion. Interesting. You know, I've heard a lot of very similar things. Because I know I've heard of quite a few complaints of the Royals stock being a bit too intense. Hey Tefrem, thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us. Okay, should be done. Ooh. Let's take some switches out. Okay, let's see how well I did. These are clipped tightly into the... Oh, wow. Look, guys. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, my goodness. Look. Oh, all the switches except... Oh, all the switches just came apart. That's some clean desoldering, guys. Clean desoldering. You know what you did a clean desolder job when everything just lifts off. Ooh. 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 Man, that's a cool moment. I love when that happens. Hell yeah. Because to be honest, these are actually clipped kind of tightly in. So this plate is actually a really tight plate. If you can see, for example, on these top ones, there's some bowing. There's some bowing on the front of the housing, and that's because this plate is just so tight. So when people say that there are, they feel like there's sluggishness in their jades as their jades return, that's most likely because their plate is too tight. And when your plate squeezes in like this on thick click switches, you'll actually notice that. So keep that in mind. For tactiles, it doesn't really bother it, but from the front parts, if you have a click bar, it may actually impede the movement of the click bar just a little bit. So for a lot of people who say, oh, my jades feel so sluggish when they return, this is why, by the way. This is not a 1-up brass plate. This is plate, unless maybe Pete sells these, but these are the ones that came stock on the for the Fiel. White Wrench, so you've noticed too, the plate is too tight on the sides. Yeah, this is a really tight plate for box switches, surprisingly. So I'm not even using like the normal tool to pry them up from the top. I'm just gonna pop them out from behind. So what I'm doing for this one is because it's tight, top and then bottom, to action. Top, bottom. I'm gonna work through this. Just, you know, knead these out nice and easily. These housing have gone through a lot of stress, it looks like. Ooh, clean pins. Always a good sign of a good desoldering. Radical Granny, Hako stems and Royal Housings feel really similar, to be honest, but just barely better. Not sure if it's really worth it without doing a spring swap too. Probably, yeah. I'm definitely going to be doing a spring swap, because I'll be doing one of the Hako springs, or I'll be doing 55 gram box spring. It's gonna be one or the other. Man, this plate is tight. Have to do a spring swap. Good thing I'll be doing a spring swap, so we're in good hands there. Which spring I want to use though is the big question I got to answer, right? Then again, you guys have these stock springs, the production springs. All the springs I have are lighter. Remember, these are the sample Hakos, so these have the wrong spring already. So these are pretty light springs. So I'm curious to see how they do with these springs. Even because I don't have the production royals yet. They're still on their way to me. And because I'm not going to be reviewing the pre-production wrong spring samples, that's why I'm modding these switches. So then I'll have these modded switches, and then I'll have a set of stock royals when they come to me in the mail. Okay, so this is all hunky-dory, all good to go, you know what I'm saying? Let's just put this on top of here for now, and let's put this back here with my fiel. Okay, let's see what we're working with. You know what I'm saying? See what we're working with. I'm gonna grab some Hako switches. So I have some Hako clears here, and I have some Hako trues. I actually have all my K-type. It's full of Hako trues, and I'll be using those Hako trues as well. I'm gonna try these. I want to try a few samples first. I'm gonna, you know, experiment with keyboard science. So here's one pairing, and the reason I'm gonna be pairing it like this, not because of the stem, because of the spring. Here's another pairing. So I'm gonna try these two pairings first. Okay, let's bring the camera in for this. So warning, sorry, this is nauseating. Trying my best to work it as easy as possible for y'all. Know what I'm saying? Focus that, autofocus, good to go. Okay, let's see what we're working with here. I'll bring this up higher. Actually, I'll bring this down in here like this. Hopefully this is a better angle for y'all. See what we're working with. Let's open up my first royal here. Boop. Is it? It's not really focusing, is it? It is not. It's too close to the camera, I think. So I need to move it back after I open this switch up. There we go. Okay, now let's try this clear here. So bam, I got that. I got this out. Move that to one side. Let's grab these. So here is with the Hako bottom. There we go. It's clear spring, clear stem. Let's face it the right way, and of course the royal top. Come on. It's definitely more lively, actually. This one feels pretty good, okay? That's one. That's one interesting mix. This one is an interesting mix-up. Let's try the other mix-up. Let's try the other mix-up. So this mix-up is going to be with the true spring, which is a much heavier spring on the bottom out. So let's open this up. Let's just take the housing as stem as well, so I can easily differentiate it. Bingo. Boom goes the dynamite. We need a chart for this. So here is royal housing with the clear spring, royal housing with the true spring, And interesting. Interesting. It's only one switch. It's hard to get a whole array unless I see the whole thing, but I kind of like it with the clear spring. Let's get the mix up here. So love them or hate them, I have these springs here at my disposal. 50-gram boxes. I'm probably not gonna use these trues, to be honest. I think I like those clear springs better for this mix-up. So let's take these out. Let's put that back there. Let's grab one of these. One of these bad boys. Come on. Come on, springs. Come on. So you've got springs tangled up when you get springs shipped. Fun fact, all you need to do is grab springs and just keep twisting until they come apart. And they will, and that's the safest way to get springs apart without ruining them. So keep that in mind. Well, these are light. These are really light. These are lighter than the wrong light springs I already had. Not going with these. Gonna go with the clears. Pretty confident gonna go with the clears. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, let me see if I put this spring in the stock royal stuff and make these ultra light royals and see how they are. I know Olivia of Top Clack Discord fame and of GMK Olivia fame actually would like these lighter if possible. So, hey, you know what? Maybe this is an option. Come on. No, that's the wrong... That's okay. Wow. Okay, I'm just going to use clears. Okay, we're going to be done with that. Just like that. So odd. Okay, well, we have our options. We know how we're going to do it. This is the way. This is the way, okay? That's going to be a set thing. Disregard the rest. I'll figure out what those were because I lost track of those already. Let's get started with making all these springs then, you know what I'm saying? I'm just going to make one at a time. Be careful with these. Instead of assembly lining it. Maybe I should... No. Bam. Green eggs and ham. With a side of spam. Should I build these back on that brass plate, or should I build these onto my carbon fiber plate I have and use my brass plate for another switch? What do you guys think? Let me know what you guys think about that. What up, Disco Froggy? Thanks for joining us. Brass. Carbon fiber. Brass. Carbon. Carbon. Brass. Carbon, brass. Brass, carbon. Save carbon fiber for the mods. Brass? Tungsten or bust. Oof. Ooh, Ovlosky, if you wanna cut me at a 5mm tungsten plate with some nice relief cuts, yeah, just send it over. That'd be great. Can I increase the music volume? Yeah, I can increase the music volume. How's this? Maybe we'll production line this and just use this to keep all the parts I want to assemble later. Can you guys still hear me A-okay? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Hey Synapinus, what are we up to today? Well, I just restarted my Fiel, which had the sample royals, which, if you're not aware, are the wrong spring royals, and I'm actually gonna be making royal Hako clears, which I've made 3 already right here, and they feel quite amazing. 10 of them. These are the sample box royals, so they have the wrong spring compared to the production models that are for sale now, and that's why I'm modifying them, because I will be receiving a set of production royals to review. That's why I haven't released my royal review, because these have the wrong spring. So instead I'm going to modify these. What are you trying / expecting to accomplish by combining these? I am going to be experimenting with the shape, what I call the shape of the tactility. These feel pretty good, to be honest, because I know a lot of people don't like how intense the royal bump is, but they say this is a nice, it's slightly less than that, but adds more character on the back end of the of it. Are we doing a holy box mod? Hi all. I wouldn't call it a holy. There's no halos here, only Hakos, so it's royal Hakos, as I'd call it. These are royal Hako clears, because I'll be using the clear stem. Compared to holy pandas, so a single switch in my hand compared to holy pandas, these are closer than I thought they would be, but they're still off. But I like them, so I'm going to make more of these. And I'm going to build a whole board and then see how they feel in comparison. 10 for them. You have these violets. The violets feel pretty dang good. Yeah, the violets are for a light switch. The violets are pretty nice for a nice light. I like to call them like whimsidaisical switches, because like they're light and you can like dance on the keycaps when you have violet switches, because they're light and like they have that feedback, that small feedback when you bottom out. Are you going to lube them? If not, why? Am I going to lube them? No, I like trying switches unlubed first before lubing, because if you use lube, depending on how it's lubed, you can actually rob a switch of some of its characteristics and sacrifice for smoothness. So I will not be lubing them immediately. Plus they're box switches, so I mean the plastic nub is already lubed. It's sufficient enough. If I was gonna lube anything, I'd just lube just the sliders, which I don't really feel like I need to do. Most box switches are pretty smooth, Look at me, got a rhythm going already with these. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Give me something nice and cheesy. Just hopped in, Chris. Do you try and decide if you liked or going in? So Chris, actually I made 3 with the Hako clear springs, and I actually like them. I like them quite a bit. So I'm going to be making these Royal Hako clears. That's what I'm calling and making them, because I'll be using the clear spring. So right now I'm just extracting all of the royal housings, and then over here I have some Hako clears that I'll be extracting springs and stems from, and I'll be using those. Bricked Cube, would you recommend you try to sell your halos now while the price is high, or continue to wait for Pandas R2? Thinking of selling currently. It depends if you have a build in mind with them. And whether or not you're willing to wait. Because if you just want to sell, then sell, man. But if you want to hold on, because you haven't tried Holy Pandas, you should do that. But if you have tried them and you only need like 1 board of them, maybe you can get better value with these switches, or better value selling those, especially with the high market price these days. Too high, in my opinion. You want to put them in your TX60? Haven't tried them yet. Honestly, think TX60 plus Holy Pandas would be one of the most, if you like tactiles, will be one of the most amazing boards you'll have used. The Blessed Pleb. Clear springs or true springs for resembling Holy Pandas? It's close to resembling, if not, not quite a perfect match, but I think clears work over trues. If you want to make this mod, for the trues, the bottom out is it interacts quite oddly with the thick tactile leaf. Once you get past that tactile bump, so a normal graph, you'll have goes up for your tactility, down to a degree, and then it'll linear increase at the end, right? If there's your X and Y, I mean Y and X. So if you have the true spring, it'll you'll start up for the tactile bump. As it goes down, it doesn't go down enough with the true spring before it goes up again, and not having a deep enough dive down after that bump makes it feel less tactile, because for a big part of tactility, what you feel is the difference between that top of force and bottom of force. So that's you breaking through that tactile bump. That's my theory, at least, on why I like the clears more for this mod as opposed to the trues. Although if you're asking for me about just Hako switches in general, I like the Chores the most. Brown, 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 brown. Boom, 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 boom. 11-222-7. You just made this switch. You wish you wouldn't have. Is it because you like box? You like normal royals better? The best play when you did it, the clears practically resembled royals, just a different sort of feel. The drop was sharp. The clear spring was better. Clear spring is great for this mod so far. At least with I've only made three hole switches, and these switches haven't been mounted on a plate to build yet. So these are, like I said, all these impressions now are just initial impressions off 3 switches in my hand. When I mount them to a plate and attach them to a keyboard and start typing on a full board, that might radically change my opinion. But you know what? That's what keyboard science is all about, right, guys? Guys and gals, we gotta work on experimenting, figure out what's the best for what we enjoy to do. And that's what I'm here to do, with all of you guys here with me. I'm really happy a lot of you guys have already tried this out, because hearing all this interesting feedback about it is definitely really interesting how it's perceived right now. Chris said the biggest benefit for you was getting rid of the clicky sound of the stock royals, mostly noticeable when on a board, not too much by itself. I did notice that as well when I had this built up. It has a weird, it's like a ticking sound, like it goes tick, 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 tick with every press, right? Is that the one you're talking about, Chris? That odd ticking sound? Okay, there, the ticking, okay. Because, I mean, when I compare how these two feel, these feel better. But I don't have the right spring to compare a normal Royal. So it's hard for me to give a true comparison to a normal stock Royal at the moment. But compared to the wrong spring Royals I have, those feel significantly better to me. For the characteristics I look for in tactiles. What are those characteristics? So when I look for characteristics and tactile switch. What feels good to me? It's not only about the bump at the beginning, because if the bump is too sharp, that can be jarring, but there's a difference between a sharp bump and a big bump. You know, there's the magnitude. For example, if this is your graph, you can have a bump that goes like this and is curved up like that at the beginning, or one that's just sharp and then points down. Both of those have different feelings. So for me, how they do that top bump is very important to me, and also what happens afterwards. Does it go down a lot then go back up, or does it go down a little bit, or go down with a drop up again and then go out? For example, I like Holy Pandas because they have a good tactile bump at the beginning, but they're very rounded at the end, even after the bump. These lighter version of the Royals, they're good, but they have no character after that bump. After the bump, there's nothing there. It actually feels hollow to me afterwards, which I'm not a fan of the second part of the action of these Royals. But these aren't the right springs, so like I said, this is just for the samples I got. Hopefully the production ones with that heavier spring gives a bit more character for the after bump feel. That's also why, despite not having a giant bump at the beginning for Chores, I love the roundness of Chores as you approach bottom out on that second part, because Chores almost have like a landing pad when you press through it. That's why I like Chores more than Clears for Hakos, because the Hako Clears have that same effect, but not as pronounced, which for me is just like a lesser version. Royals feel linear after the bump to you 11-2-2-2-7. Yeah, basically. But they don't feel good, like good linears after the bump. If you know what I'm talking about. Best pleb, am I still going to experiment with split springs? I will, but not for these switches. I'll use those ones for another set of switches in the future. Not sure what. Oh, finished. Let's see if I figure out which of these two have the right one. That's the true spring. I can actually identify that spring, surprisingly. This is a 55-gram split spring. I'm pretty confident about that. No, it's not. Is it? Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. Neither of these are royal bottoms. This one is a royal bottom. Why? How do I know that? Because it's desoldered and I desoldered it. Now where's the housing for it? Bingo. Bingo-roni. So now I'm done with these. Now let's take apart some of these. To another tray, another bin I can throw these in. Droid eggs, you got updated rules today. You're new to the custom scene, but they did feel empty. The upstroke, at least. Huh. Corbin, what board am I considering for the production box Royals? I don't know. That's a great question. I don't know yet. I'll figure out when they come. The nub for the Royal Housing Zoology is brown. I could tell the difference because I desoldered mine just now, so I could look at the legs and see if they were soldered or not. That's how I was able to tell, to be honest. No fancy trickery there. Just labor. put it in a Corsair, yo. Oops, sorry about that. Hold on, I'm gonna get another bin or something to keep these stems and springs. Stem and spring things, you know what I am saying? I hope you know what I am saying. Where's my little wooden box tray thing? You know what, guys? This is what I have a 5-degree board for. This is the most expensive tray in the world to put springs and stems in, but I'm gonna put them in here because I can. So with these, I'm keeping these two things and discarding those. Yeah, so if you guys just happen to have just random cases lying around, you know, hey, use it as a parts tray. I don't know. There's a big hole by the cable part. Yeah, I'll avoid it. There's all this area over here. Not as expensive as the Rama tray. Hey, yeah, I'm using this just like the Rama tray, and it's bigger. You can fit more things in it, but it's not Rama quality. Let's be honest. I'm not even sure if a Rama tray would be big enough to fit everything I'm doing. So you guys wanted me to use the brass plate, not the carbon fiber plate, right? That's interesting, you guys, because carbon fiber works really well for tactiles, but so does brass. But yeah, if you guys want to see me do the brass plate, I will do the brass plate. I'm actually a bit surprised you guys chose that, though. I think you guys I think if I recall correctly, you guys said you guys wanted me to use my mod M's in the carbon fiber plate. Is that right? Was that the main reason? Some people wanted me to use the brass instead, or do you guys just like brass more? Because brass is real. So today I had to order some, oh, sorry about that. Today I had to order some 3U spacebars. What a time to be alive. 3U freaking spacebars. VEA looking ass compat. It wasn't for my VEA. VEA only takes 2.75 and 2.75 and 2U spacebars actually. I had to get the 3U spacebars for my Chiwi 60 I have as a review unit from Doyu Studios. They're like, we'll send you the case, we'll send you the PCBs, but you're on your own for the key set. And I didn't realize until I got the PCB and the stab, so I'm like, hold on. I have a 3U stabilizer. Yes, there are a 3U wire. And I was like, holy crap, I totally forgot. I need 2 3U keycaps for my split spacebar. This is stupid. So I ordered it on KR Public this morning. I'm like, sorry, I can't do this review until I get these keycaps. The profile and decoder, they're XDA convex. They're convex shaped keycaps, which I guess is good for for space bars that size. And hopefully, if they're convex, I won't need to do my crazy flip space bar thing a lot of people give me grief about. I'm actually pretty excited to review that board though, because 6% PCB, USB-C port. Ooh, USB-C is the future, am I right? I mean, the board I'm using right here, my COD 67, USB-C. Don't think you can flip XDA since it's already a flat profile. Good point, Zoology. Good point. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be my first time using XDA really for a prolonged time on a quote unquote more of a normalized layout, because the only caps I have XDA for right now is my plank, which is a 40% ortho, which, as good as it is, isn't good enough for me to do like a profile review. So Allo, but is it QMK? I don't know. Is the DO60 PCB supported by QMK? Does anyone here know that or able to figure that out real quick for me? Is the DO60 PCB? Yes, thank you, Bricked Cubed. So yes, this is QMK. So I actually don't know what I'll use for my split spacebar. One of them is going to be spacebar. Oh, wait, oh, you don't know. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, Chris to save the day. Thank you. It is QMK. Awesome. So I was thinking I'll do one of the spacebar sides for spacebar, of course, and the other split side to be FN. That makes logical sense, right, guys? Yeah? You see it in the folder? Perfect. Perfecto. So yeah, whenever the keycaps I get come for that, I will do the build stream for that and start my review process of that. That'll be awesome. Interesting case. Working at a pretty good pace now. Oops. Ah! Uh-oh, where'd that spring go? Let me see where the spring went. My camera's in the way, so I couldn't tell where that spring went. Rip. Or the spring jump in here? I didn't see. Oh well. I'll figure that out later. Sir Coleman, am I coming to the SMK meetup? The Seattle meetup? Probably. Most likely. It's in another dimension. Oh, Blossy, you're probably right about that. When springs leave your view, they get lost in the carpet, disappear to another dimension. One of those things. Will there be a Bay Area meetup this year? Yes, there will be on August 11th. It's like socks. Oh my god, socks. Don't. I have to buy socks. Like, tomorrow I'm going to buy socks. Goodness gracious. How do I have so many pairs of individual socks? Oh, not pairs, but how do I have so many individual socks lost from their partners? I have no clue. The vacuum finds all the springs. Yeah, probably. And destroys them. Same nest office place? No, we're looking for different venues this time. We will see what happens for venue options. Chris, your dog steals your socks and your carrots. That's rough. That is rough. Chris, have you ever put socks on your dog? I do that with Giorgio sometimes. He walks all funny, and I laugh at him. So I lost count of how many I've made so far. So I'm just gonna make all of these, and whatever leftover ones I have, I'll just deal with. Stands still and stares at you. When I do it with Giorgio, he stands still at first, and I try I goad him places with treats, and he just just clobbers around is how I describe it. Boop. Oops, sorry about that. I'll do a spring experiment with this one since I just have it here. Curiosity. Interesting. Had to break away for lunch with the wife. What spring weight? I'm going to be using the Hako clear springs for this. They're going to be box Hako clears. I mean royal. Sorry, duh. Of course they're going to be box. Royal Hako clears. Well, I'm gonna start assembling these now and see how many more I need to make. That's gonna be my plan. No lubing? No, I don't need to. They're all pretty smooth, to be honest. Let's try the box Navy Spring. Maybe I'll try that in the future. That sounds interesting. A bit on the heavy side. Sounds interesting. Come on. There we go. Have I talked about the Fusion 60? Maybe? I'm gonna reserve my judgment on calling these holy boxes until I've tried it on a whole board. Okay, so after I build this board, guys, I will actually bring out one of my holy panda boards, and I'll type on both of them side by side, and I'll see if they're really deserving of a holy name like that. Otherwise, for now, as far as I know, for now these are just royal Hakos. Because they may not be royalty, or they may not be. They are royalty, but they may not be, you know, divine like holy pandas. But maybe they're as nice as royalty. In this hypothetical keyboard society, I guess apparently the church is greater than the state, which puts holy above royal. So I guess this keyboard society is a theocracy in which holy pandas are the messenger of the tactile gods. The name of this new switch is Riding on Your Shoulders. Do not mess this up. I'm the acting president, and I say starting with this anniversary festival. Well, what is a king to a god, and what is a god to a keyboard? Each one of these I put together, though, feel pretty good. NGL. Come on, cooperate. There we go. Saitama boxes. We'll see. I'm still putting together these switches, and I still need to solder them on a board. You know what I'm saying? Still gotta go through the whole steps, guys. Don't wanna jump ahead just yet. I want to reserve judgment until I can type on these, and I'll even type on them side by side with my X60. So we'll see. We'll see how these turn out. You know what I'm saying? Explode when you type. Best Plab, did I get the M60 or Tokyo 60? No, I did not. I got neither of those. Brian will be getting both of those though, so he will have content on that stuff. I will not. What is my next board? That's a great question. It depends what comes in the mail next. My next board, I mean, my polycarbonate 910 should hopefully be coming soon. That'd be cool if it came. Technically, like months and months and months and months ago, I should have got my 75 SQ and E8. No clue how those. I know how those are doing, but no clue when I'll get those. Next board. I mean, I have a few things on the way. You know, I got an Alice coming eventually. I have a list of boards. I don't know if you've seen my Excel sheet. I have a public Excel sheet that lists all the boards I currently have and all the boards I'm waiting on. There's 8 boards I'm waiting on. I wonder how Switch developers feel when they find out their beloved Switches are being bought to be turned into chimeras. I know I've talked to Input Club about this, especially with, like, you know, how a lot of just Halo Switches now, which they made, are basically just being used for Holy Pandas, and they actually have a pretty positive attitude because, you know, Hata, you know, big guy about how Switches feel and vintage keyboards and everything. He says he wants... One of the reasons he likes to make Switches is he wants to see the limits people can take tinkering of his ideas, because, you know, people have a natural tendency to want to improve what they have. So, at least through him, I've learned that a lot of Input Club actually has pretty positive thoughts about people taking something they made and using it as a component of improving their own keyboard experience. And they're like, hey, you know, if we design something that helps, even as a part to work on making people enjoy keyboards more, that's a win for us. I'm like, hell yeah. Is it pinned? My Excel? I don't know if it's pinned. I can post it in chat if you'd like to take a look at it. Just let me know. I can bring it up. The Excel. Yes, the Excel. I mean, I'd be the same way. If I designed a Switch and people were like, you know what, I like your Switch, but I want to just take it apart and just use the springs, because somehow you made the perfect spring. I'm like, hey, if I got one part of the equation right for you to use to make something that's a great thing for you, heck yeah, that's awesome. So I think that's how most Switch designers really feel. Even if you're, you know, taking apart all their Switches for just 1 or 2 parts, you're still, that means they still made something, a part of something that you really enjoyed. You know, that means you're making basically 2 Switch creators happy that they're able to help contribute to your experience in keyboards. Which is awesome. Like, even if you like a Switch and then lube it, a creator should be like, you know what, I created a great platform for you to improve on. Not like, oh, you think my Switches are bad so you lube them. No, if that was true, they wouldn't even use your Switch. Yeah, so... Oh, the music stopped. I should probably put some more music on soon. Oh, let me grab the Excel sheet, and I guess I'll once again play the same playlist again, because this is a non-copyright playlist, and I don't want to get... Some of my videos have, like, silenced parts because I keep getting copyright dings because I'm an idiot. Here, let me grab my drive. So here, this list isn't completely updated. This is only 0.3. I'm working on a 0.4 version that has some more information as well. But there it is. You guys see what's up with my current inventory. Not everything is listed. I'm still missing like 2 boards, I think, from there, with some details missing. Like I do actually have a Norba Touch, but right now Ryan Norbauer has it because he's re-powder coating it for me because he's an amazing individual. So that's actually in my property in existence as well, just not with me at the moment. And you just lubed Hako Clear Stem and Spring and Royal Housing. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, I have quite a few details on that list. Throughout my revisions, I've been adding some more things. So like version 0.4 will actually have the angle for each keyboard as well, because people like to know angles for keyboards or typing. So that's a thing that's going to be included in the next revision of that Excel. Hopefully that's a detailed enough Excel. I'm still working on adding more details for everyone. Come on, there we go. Yeah, I do actually have all the weights on the Excel sheet, which is pretty nice, I guess. A lot of people like knowing about weights, so. Actually, so after I get to version like 1.0 or like maybe a future version, 1 or 2 versions out, and I feel happy enough about how this Excel sheet is, I'm actually going to release a template for anyone to use, because quite a few items are drop-down menus that I've made within this sheet that you can just do a drop-down and select yes or no or options for it. So I do plan on releasing this template as an official thing. Once I feel like I have added enough details for people that might want to figure out to use. Yeah, I do have the 0.4, but it's not ready yet for release. I need to get all the angles for all my boards. You should put total cost as well. Actually, that's one thing I want to avoid for this Excel sheet, because there's costs for like aftermarket cost, retail costs, and that doesn't apply across the board for everyone else. As well as like, how do you put costs for like things that fluctuate, like Holy Panda prices fluctuate. How do you determine costs for things like that? So that's one thing I have left out, which is costs. Maybe I'll add it in a future revision, but for now I don't think it's a good idea to add it onto that list. Best Pleb, you had MSRP pricing. But what about things for like private group buys that have no MSRP price? Like my stainless steel AEK, that has a price that is like only that price because only 10 production units and 3 samples or 2 samples were made, right? Average MSRP? See, and this is the reason where like we just have to like talk about this so much, where like I decided, you know what, it's just easier not to have that category, and when I release the template, if people want to add that category for themselves, they are certainly welcome to. But not everyone likes to be reminded of how much they've spent on this hobby already. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? See, it's reason number one you don't use a spreadsheet. I just don't put prices on my spreadsheet. So yeah, the only other category I have so far for my newest revision would be the angle of the keyboard. I don't know. Do you guys have any other recommendations on other categories, other columns I should consider adding, or even modifying? I think the worst part is how much we spend on shipping for the hobby. Oh, yeah, it's definitely quite a bit up there. A personal rating, like how much you enjoy that keyboard? Man, the beat on this song is dope. Seems you don't use sticker or films, so couldn't you remove that column? I mean, I do have stickers or films I will be using, but I don't use it too often. I know a lot of people do, so that's why I wanted to be very detailed. It's not. People don't really use stickers these days. People are more a fan of using films, though. Doesn't it happen to the E6 V2 R2 full brass you got? Oh, it's on the list. It needs to be on the list. Like I said, not everything is there, but a lot of things are there. That should be added to the list if it's not there already. It's on the list, really? I thought it was on the list. And I will add it. I'll check on my V4 if it's there. If it's not, I will add that. Thank you for catching that. Oops, switch down. Let's pick this up with my foot, because that's what people do. In hindsight, I don't know why this isn't going this way. So we actually see all these things. It takes you 3 minutes to take apart a box switch. You need to use a flathead screwdriver. I can take apart a box switch in like under 5 seconds each one. I'll show you the trick, because I'll probably need to take out more apart. Here, I'll show you right now. Here's how I do it. So you got the box switch, you got the clamps side, thin flathead, okay? You don't put it in like this. You angle it in so you can scoop it in like that. 1, scoop it in the other side. 2, done. Bam. Rinse and repeat. You don't want to scratch it. Don't worry about scratching it. It's gonna be fine. It'll be daijobu. Plus, if the way you do it, how I do it, if you scratch it, you're only going to scratch it inside where the clasp will cover up that scratch or go on top of that scratch anyways, so it won't affect how it mounts onto the plate. Because see, if I do this, it's going to be underneath that clear parts. So it should be hunky-dory, all good in the hood, if you know what I am saying. Maybe I don't need to open up anymore. Maybe I have enough. Let's find out. So, is this going to go back in the Fiel? That's the question. You guys want to see this back built in the Fiel, or in the Tina, or in the 5 degrees, or in the Revo 1 case? Because those are my options. Let me know in chat what you want to see this built back up into. Basically, the best choices are the Fiel or the Revo 1 and Human Pinkarino. Fiel says Teslatron. Revo 1 says Mr. Keeves. Right when gives us a picture of a Fiel. Come on. Oh my god, I have the perfect amount of stems. I didn't even count, and this turned out perfectly. Nani? Nani? The green low pro case. Lol. No, I don't have enough switches for that. Unless I want to use like something different for my F keys. Which I could. Could be an option. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, I need to stop this song. I'm gonna get copyright for this song. I know. I know. Oh my god, the count came perfectly. I didn't even count how many clears I was taking apart, but taking out that last one to show was the perfect amount, and I am done reassembling switches, everyone. Done reassembling switches. Ooh! Let's take this out of the way. So what does it look like? It looks a bit like this. So we got Fiel, Revo 1, Fiel, Revo 1. So yes, if you guys want to see Fiel, you guys see the Fiel and brass plate, right? I actually just want to check real quick how box switches fit on the cartel carbon plate. See whether they squeeze them in or not on the top. No, they don't. See? No bowing. Okay. Use the Revo, give you the feel. Well, this is it. These fit in a bit like really tight fit. I guess it's loosened now. MX Mini always gets your vote. Thanks 11 22 27. Very few people like voting for that board. Ah. Fiel it will be. I mean, it's a tray mount, so I can always just swap it to whatever case I want. So no biggie, everyone. No biggie. What case color do you think works best? Matches OG beige keycaps for TKL. Black, silver, dark gray. Those will all be pretty Gucci. You know what I'm saying? Leaning towards silver, blue, gray, dark gray. All those would work, honestly. That's the good thing about, you know, OG beige. It kind of works with everything. It's clear, those are classic colors you're working with. Almost mid-May and no updates on the COD 67. Hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. I enjoy mine. What colors did you guys get for your COD 67s? Which plate option did you guys get for your COD 67? 2U or 2.25U left shift? That's the real question. .25s? No way in hell I'm going with 2U. Thank you. Thank you for your patriotism. You guys got brass plate. Nope, I already played this song. Stop it, playlists. Next song. Okay, bottom row. Which ones do I use? That one looks right. I think I can see where I used to solder it on. How am I missing one switch? I just have one switch that's just not there. Oh, it's right here. Is it? No, it's not. What am I listening to? Hentai dude, please. Okay, how am I missing one switch, everyone? Let's go on an adventure, or I find wherever this hypothetical missing switch may be, or find out if I need to make one more. Just see if I threw away any housings by accident. I gotta look for soldered legs. Oh, no, I'm just gonna take the easy way out. Oh, is this it? Yes, this is it. This is one here. Bingo. Bingo. I don't know what the top housing is. But that's okay. I'll just use a top housing. Oh, here's top housing. Bingo. Sweets. The flare on that face cam. Directed by J.J. Abrams. Bingo. Let's get straight to solder. What do you guys think? That looks wrong, because that is wrong. That needs to be one spot over. Now that looks right. Okay, let's push everything in to make sure it's good to go. Let me get my soldering stuff out, and then I can begin soldering. And then once I'm done soldering, which should be one of the fastest parts of the stream, I can finally put this together, and let's do a head-to-head against the Holy Panda. So ahead of time, I'm gonna take out my. Actually, I'll take out my X60 after I finish this. I'll do that. Hey, my man Mark. I'm happy you made it. What am I building? Well, I just made Royal Housings, Hako Clear Springs, Hako Clear Stems. Brass plate. Gonna go in the field. I just finished modding all the switches, and now I'm about to solder her together. And then we'll be in business. You know what I'm saying? Is that the angle I want to use? No, that's not the angle I want to use. How about this angle? That's the angle I want to use. Cool. So I'm good there. Hold on one moment, everyone. I am back. I'm gonna have pizza for dinner tonight. That is gonna be the game plan. Okay. Put that back there. We need power supply. Check. I got the solder out as well. I need. Where's my stands? And solder stand. Okay. Okay. Tangle some wires. Y'all ready for this? We're good to go. Let's get rolling. Okay, let's tin this tip. Perfect, nice and tinned. Okay. How is the TS100? TS100 is the best soldering soldering thing you can get for its price range, in my opinion. I love the TS100. It's very versatile. Heats up quickly, holds heat very well. Easy to work with. When are you going to mod the TS100 to show the top Clack logo on the screen? I should do that soon, huh? Can't be harder than QMK. Well, considering how easy QMK is nowadays, who knows? Yeah, I really do need to program it so it shows a top Clack symbol for all the extra swag. Oh, Bill Wirtz. That's silly. Not soldering music. Driving back from IKEA, new desk incoming tonight. That's awesome. That is awesome. What desk did you get? Is it big and spacious for all your awesome stuff? Is it the Bacant? Nah, you know it. Yeah, the Bacant's pretty solid choice for IKEA desks. The bigger Bacant. Heck yeah, that's one I have actually. A birch countertop with legs works great with lots of space. Yes, it does. About halfway done now. Moving along, here we go. Trying to be quiet right now, guys. I'm just concentrating on finishing up the soldering, and then I can pull out the X60 and we can take a look at this board, take a look how it compares to Holy Pandas, and see if they should even honestly be compared with each other. Last 3, hopefully, unless I miss something. Hopefully that should be it. Okay, now that I've gone through this, hopefully all the way. Okay. Cool beans, cool beans. Okay, let's see here. My downloads folder, my Aqua key tests. Hello, hello, hello. Bam. Okay, FN works as well. Cool. Everything's good to go, everyone. Let's put this together like this. Ooh. This is the ES120. There's a new ES121 if you're looking to get a driver like this. Would recommend. It automatically adjusts based on like how much you do it, like slow, fast, slow, other way, fast. It's really cool. Slow, fast. There's a different torque settings as well that you can play with. Oh, okay. This is built. I have some cleaning to do. I'll put this away. Put this away. I gotta decide what keycaps as well. Don't I? The fun part, right? So I'll start cleaning up. What keycap should I use for this, everyone? Choices. I have quite a few of them. For now, I'll put all of these scrap parts in this extra bag I have. And I'll sort them out later. Options. I'll give you guys the options in a moment. Let me just start sweeping up all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Keycaps don't matter. Give us the feels. Keycaps always matter. Keycaps always matter. Oh, this is open. Hopefully I didn't lose too many of these. Hopefully these all belong together. They do. Yes, they do. This one belong with those. I think so. Yes, it does. Did I go for any of the purple sets recently? I have not. Will I end up going for any of them? I do not know. Maybe, maybe not. I'm undecided right now because key sets are kind of expensive, you know? Oh my god, spraying all the way over there. Okay. This is clean enough. I'll leave that true stem aside for now. Leave this up here for cleaning later. Okay, I need to put away my soldering iron. This is sufficient. This is sufficient, everyone. I will now find a keycap set, and we will proceed with this. Not too bad. Let me find a keycap set. Okay, what do we have? We have some Triumph Adler. We have some GMK TA Royal Typewriter. We have some Hyperfuse. We have some GMK Cyan, which was originally what was on my Fiel. For now, those are the options. For now, those are your options. Hyperfuse for the purple. Okay, Hyperfuse it is. No, another vote for Adler. Oh, Adler is having a comeback. Wait. Triumph Adler or TA? I'm guessing you guys mean Triumph Adler, right? Adler? Is Adler what people want to see? Triumph Adler? And a rare surprise? Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it. the first time in Top Clack history. What did Huey build? I built Royal Housing's Hako Clear Stem, Hako Clear Spring. GHJKL. QWERTY. S R J 3 5 P F semicolon Z E open brackets K minus apostrophe alt 8 H. Here we go. 7, making good progress. 2. Let's go now with a 1 Y U I O P. C W Q tab alt greater than 9 O caps. Do I usually use ANSI keys? I mean QWERTY keys. ANSI is the physical location of the keys, which is always ANSI for Dvorak or QWERTY. But yeah, I do type in Dvorak all the time. I just use QWERTY Legends. I think that's what you mean. Where is that missing bracket key? What the heck? What the heck? Am I straight up missing keycap? Oh no, I'm not. Here we go. So fun fact, everyone. For this set, either I use 1U blanks for my Windows key, or I kick it really old school and I use left and right arrows. So like this with left and right arrows, or I use blanks. Those are my options, by the way, if you're curious about the poor compatibility of this set. Arrows, blanks. What do you guys think? Arrows, blanks, arrows, arrows. Then use a blank right here, or I use an up arrow for my function. Yeah, this is how bad the compatibility is for this set, by the way. Arrows every time. Okay. And do I use up arrows, or do I use a blank. I can't use this blank because this is row 5, so I can't use this for my FN key. But I can use up arrow, which will match and look like this. And if that's the case, which looks like this is the case, then I'm set. Pretend like I'm OG. I mean, this is basically an OG set in compatibility. Hence, this is kind of all I have. Let's put these keycaps away and let's get typing. You know what I'm saying? Too late to vote Skeletor. It is too late to vote Skeletor because I don't own Skeletor. This is looking pretty good, to be honest. I agree, guys. I agree. Okay. Okay, for sounds, microphone is in the middle. One of these in distance above both of them, right between them, okay? So I'm going to be using row 3, KL semicolon apostrophe versus ASDF. So they're both row 3, both about equal distance to the microphone. Here is Holy Pandas. And here is the new Chimera switches I've made. Okay, let me plug this in and let's do some typing tests. Huh? I thought you used Dvorak. I do use Dvorak. I just don't use Dvorak Legends because I don't look at my keycaps when I type. And buying extra Dvorak compatibility kits costs extra money I don't want to spend. Okay, let's go. Ah. Interesting. Ah. Let's see, how does the purple anodization compare? I mean, you can kind of see both of them on screen now. Purple of the Fiel versus purple of the COD 67. What's the website for that typing test? The website is keyhero.com. Feels interesting so far. Let's see. These certainly sound interesting. I just move my microphone back to my face. They certainly sound interesting. They feel interesting. First impressions. Let's see. The sound is really hit or miss. I don't think it's horrible, but I understand why a lot of people will think it's bad. It sounds scratchier than it actually is. And then, okay, I'm gonna plug in the Holy Panda board. But the sound, even though it has a scratchy sound, it's actually completely smooth. It doesn't really feel scratchy. Here's Holy Pandas. These are only very slightly lubed. I could go back and relube these. Ah, why am I messing up so much right now? They're definitely a very interesting switch. It doesn't feel as full as the Holy Pandas in terms of the full tactile feel. It's still a bit lacking after the bump compared to Holy Pandas, which having very nice as they approach bottom out. It feels like a nice bubble that you go through. These new switches, they're not as nice past that bump, but I like the lead up to the bump a bit nicer than the rolls I had before. Maybe if I lube these, I'd use really thin lubes in the rails. That'd help the sound and make them feel a little bit smoother, but they already do feel decently smooth enough. These don't hold a candle to Holy Panda still. That's amazing. Like, oh, you guys didn't see that, but right there I just got, bam, 135 words per minute with that. And like, man, I type on this so easily, to be honest. This fail built up. It's not bad. But man, are they as good as Holy Pandas? No. They are definitely not. $123. Are they close? No, they're not. They're not. This is on the right path, but this feels second rate compared to a Holy Panda, to be honest. It feels better than the wrong spring box rolls I had before. But like I would say these are more akin to an improved version of that as opposed to a worse version of a Holy Panda. I wouldn't say in any rate this should be an alternative to a Holy Panda. For me, it just doesn't match up. But if you want to improve a royal switch, this is a good option to go, I think. I think it's closer to be an improvement on a royal switch if you don't like how the royal switch, if you think the royal switches are a bit too intense on that tactility and you want more character after the bump. I think this is a better option. This is a good option to go, but I wouldn't go this option if you're looking for an alternative for Holy Pandas. And that's my initial impressions now after, you know, just doing a few typing tests. They really just don't compare that much. Like I said, they're like, it's like a B list compared to an A list. In terms of just the rawness of Holy Pandas versus these. Are these endgame worthy? That's a big question for you. I don't believe in endgame, so I no. But I don't believe in endgame. It might be endgame for you, but it's not for me because there's no real such thing as endgame. Let's be real. But yeah, so that's my initial impressions on this. I mean, woof, been streaming for 2 hours and 40 minutes. Let me know if you guys have any questions about this build I just did. It's not too bad, but it's, like I said, it's better as a improvement on box royals as opposed to an alternative to Holy Pandas, because in no way would I say is it an alternative to Holy Pandas. Yeah, it's not. It's just a that's, what was that typing website again? Keyhero.com. Here, I'm gonna give you a copy pasta right now. Bam, 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 bam. Okay, what is Input Club's new Switch going to be? You tell me. You tell me. How's that castle prototype coming along? Actually, the cool thing about this site is actually, like, it tracks. I'll show you guys. It tracks your oops, it's not me to move that. Or is it typing tests? It tracks your previous types. If you guys look below, I have these. I have the graphs of my recent score and accuracy, so you can see I've been going faster and faster and more accurate since I've started. But that takes up a lot of room, so usually I just do this. I show you guys this like this, something like that. Yeah, this site is really slick for if you're doing typing tests and stuff, and the passages are actually pretty good. What Switch would you say is the closest to the Holy Pandas? None. You know, a lot of people hate this analogy, but like, Holy Pandas are playing 3D chess while every other Switch is playing checkers. If you're looking for a good tactile Switch, that's the MX format. Nothing compares to Holy Pandas yet. Honestly, that's how I honestly feel about Holy Pandas and the rest of the tactile game. The Royals are a different direction. These are a alternative Royal, which I like more, basically. Xandas? No, Xandas aren't close. No. MX clears and Panda housings aren't close. It's like a B list in that direction, but no, I wouldn't say so. They're just not Holy Pandas, and you know, the things about Holy Pandas are quite amazing. I mean, I hate how the prices are so high. I wish more people could try it, but that's just kind of how it is. I'm going to be uploading today and typing sounds of this on the YouTube channel. I'll probably do a review on this sooner or later. I think this is interesting and a worthy discussion, but I probably won't say much more until I get my production royals in to really do a side-to-side comparison of the production royals and these switches here built up as is. Otherwise, not too bad. Thank you everyone so much for watching. I'm gonna start wrapping. I'll wrap it up now because we've been going almost 3 hours now. Thank you everyone who's stayed along for this ride, this wild ride. Pretty cool keyboard. I'm working on more content right now. Hopefully tomorrow I'll have something out, either which episode or maybe a short review on like this KBD fans pad or something else. I have a few long-term projects I'm working on as well. But yeah, Top Clack every Thursday, 6 p.m. Pacific. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good time. Thank you everyone so much for watching. Everyone who is subscribed through Twitch for Twitch Prime, thank you so much. If you've donated bits, thank you for that too. You know, any support is always really loved and welcome. And just watching us really helps us out a lot. So thank you everyone so much for watching. We're going to be ending at 49 viewers. It's pretty good for a Saturday stream. I'll be on the Discord. Hit me up on the Discord if you have any other questions or have any questions in general. I'm always happy to help. Yeah, so until next time, take care everyone. Have a wonderful, wonderful Saturday. And I hope you enjoy Mother's Day tomorrow. Peace.